What is up, guys? SuperSonic Plus. In today's video, we are finally doing a plush collection video for 2024. Bro, it is nearly September. It might already be September actually when this video gets out, but at the time that I'm filming this video, it is like the end of August. Anyways, I apologize for not making this a video sooner. I know you guys have been looking forward to this. I've just been very busy with my first year of high school and things like that. Anyways, yeah, the collection has definitely grown since the last one that I did back in 2023 at the beginning of January. I had like 20 Sonic plushies then. I probably have at least 100 now, I would say. But I will be showing off a few things too, also other than the plush collection, or like my plushies and all that. I got like a new room set up. I know the normal bed that I usually film on right here. This is my TV and all that, and then I did get a couch for my room, so we will be using that for videos and stuff like that. So that is very cool. I'm very glad I finally got this couch. It's gonna be great for videos, and yeah, that's also what we're gonna be using to showcase the plushies and all that. So without further ado, let's get into this and let me show you guys all my plushies. So here we go. Just like any Sonic plush collection video, we're gonna obviously start with the Sonics. So with my first Sonic, we have this giant Toy Factory sticker bomb Sonic. I was given to this by my friend for free, so he won it out of Dave & Buster's. So this is actually really cool. So thank you for giving this to me. Next up, we got this big ass freaking Franco bedding Sonic. I'm not even quite sure why I even bought this, if I'm gonna be honest. Like, I don't know, kind of stupid. He was on sale at Walmart for only $10. He was usually 20, I believe. So I'm just like, you know what, whatever. So I bought him. I remember buying him around Christmas time with some extra Christmas money, so yeah, moving on. Next up, we've got GE Modern Sonic. Pretty nice plush. Next up, we've got Prime Sonic. Next up, we've got Tomy Classic Sonic. And we also have Tomy Laughing Classic Sonic, too, to go along with him. While we're on Tomy, we also have Tomy Modern Sonic. Next up, we have a tagged Accessory Innovations Modern Sonic plush. Got this guy at a thrift store for only 10 bucks, so yeah. Next up, I've got Jazzwares Modern Sonic. Next, we have this little Prime Sonic keychain plush. The Prime Sonic, I want to say that's what his name is. I don't remember. Next up, we've got this Toy Factory Modern Sonic plush. Man, this guy's a lot uglier than I remember, and he's actually a lot smaller than I remember, too. Next up, we also have this GE Emoji Sonic plush. I'm not quite sure what you want to call this, but we got this guy. Next up, we've got the Jakks Pacific Modern Sonic plush. Kind of ugly. I don't really like this guy a lot. Next up, we've got Baby Sonic by Jakks Pacific. Then we have another Jakks Pacific Modern Sonic plush. Next up, we've got the very, very, very ugly Jakks Pacific Classic Metal Sonic plush. Next up, we've got the best Metal Sonic plush ever, the Tomy Metal Sonic plush. I love this guy so much. I honestly forgot I owned this plush, but here we have the Kid Robot Sonic plush. Next up, we've got my very, very first Sonic plush. Not like by literally Sonic. He wasn't like my first Sonic over like all my collection, but this was my very first Sonic plush I've ever gotten, the Jakks Pacific Classic Sonic plush, which I know a lot of people hate on him, but he has a very special place in my heart, so I really like that guy a lot. Next up, we've got Tomy Boom Sonic. I don't know why, but his nose always goes to the side. Next up, we've got a GE Classic Sonic that's like kind of like, I don't know, in some kind of weird pose. I actually really like this plush a lot, actually. I don't know why. And then next we have a mint condition 2010, because he has like this paper tag, a 2010 GE Classic Sonic plush. I'm not quite sure if this guy is rare or not, but I'm gonna keep him tagged. I really like this guy a lot. Man, I can't speak. And for the final Sonic plush that I have, we have my Sonic of the channel, Probably my favorite Sonic plush out of all these guys. I know he's very beat up and has spaghetti noodles and all, or spaghetti legs, but he's still my favorite. The GE Classic Sonic. I love this guy so much. I got this guy for free. My cousin gave him to me. My cat tore up the side of his head. Yeah, this guy's pretty rough. But yeah, I love this plush a lot. So yeah, there's him. Yeah, pretty much just purely the Sonics take up nearly the entire couch. So we might have to move the floor. Get out of here, Orbot. What the heck? Yeah, we got quite a lot of work to do. Yeah, let's go on to Tails now. Hold up, guys. I accidentally made a goof. I forgot to do SuperSonics and like all Sonics variants. So to start it off with the SuperSonics, we got the Build-A-Bear movie SuperSonic plush. So we'll go right there. Next up, we've got the Big Head or emoji, whatever you want to call this GE SuperSonic plush. Next up, we have the Jack Specific Classic Sonic plush, or Jack Specific Supersonic plush. Pretty bad plush, if I'm gonna be honest. Next up, we have the Kid Robot Supersonic plush. And for my last Supersonic plush, I have the best one ever, in my opinion. Well, probably second best to the Sonic the Fighters one, but anyways, we have the Tomy Classic Supersonic plush, which is the one I use in videos. So yeah, there's him. And I do only own one Werehog plush, and that being the Jazzwares Werehog. So there's him. Now that wraps up the Sonics, and now it did take up the entire couch. So yeah, let's get on to Tails. Alrighty, to start off the Tails plushies, we've got the Jack Specific Modern Tails plush, which I actually have two of them. Yeah. I do have the Franco Betting Tails plush. I can't find it. For it being such a big freaking plush, I don't know why I can't find it, but I do own it. I don't know where it is. I'm gonna put an image on screen of what it looks like. But yeah, I can't find it. I don't know. Next up, I've got not one, but two Jack Specific Classic Tails plushies. Next up, we've got the GE Emoji Tails plush. Next up, we have the GE Modern Tails plush. Next up, we have Jazzwares Modern Tails, Tomy Modern Tails, Main G Tails, the little keychain plush, Tomy Classic Tails, and to wrap up the Tails plushies, we have the Tails of the Channel, the GE Classic Tails. Moving on to Knuckles, we have the Kelly Toy Knuckles plush. He's got some really long legs. Next up, we have a Jack Specific Knuckles plush. Actually, I own two of them, but this guy's hand broke, so I bought a new one. Next up, we have this Big Head Boom Knuckles plush. Next up, we've got the Prime Knuckles plush. Next up, we have Tomy Modern Knuckles, which I actually fixed his hands, actually. His hands were broken when I bought them. Next up, we have my very first ever Knuckles plush, the Kid Robot Knuckles plush. Next up, we have Tomy Classic Knuckles. Next up, we have my favorite Knuckles plush that I own, the Jazzwares Classic Knuckles. Next up, we've got Boom Knuckles. And to wrap up the Knuckles plushies, we have the main Knuckles of the channel, GE Classic Knuckles. Moving on to Shadow, we have the long Kelly Toy Shadow plush. Next up, we have Jack Specific Shadow. My very first Shadow plush, actually. Next up, we have Tomy Shadow. Next up, we have this mint condition Toy Factory Sticker Bomb Emoji Shadow plush. I won this guy on a claw machine. I kid you not, on my first try, I won this guy, which was actually unbelievable. Well, guys, I kind of made a goof with the Knuckles plushies. I have the Kelly Toy Knuckles. Kelly Toy Squishmallow Knuckles. I don't know why I only said Kelly Toy, but speaking of Squishmallows, I also have the Shadow one. Next up, I have a mint condition GE Super Shadow plush. This guy looks amazing. I cannot tell you how amazing this plush looks. I don't know why, but the Super Shadow plush looks like different than the regular GE Shadow. I don't know what they did, but this one looks better. I don't know. And to wrap up the Shadow plushies, we have my favorite Shadow plush, the GE Shadow plush. I love this guy so much. Alright, next up we're going to be doing Eggman and his Badniks, which I am going to have to move over here, because I mean I'm kind of running out of room. Alright, first up we have a mint condition Chaos plush, which, man, yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's a really cool plush. I really like him. Next up we have the GE Motobug plush. Next up we have GE Gamma.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Next up we have this GE Emoji plush, or GE Eggman Emoji plush. Next up we have the Eggman of the channel, the GE Eggman plush, which I do every now and then switch it out with this guy, the Tomy Modern Eggman. This is my favorite Eggman plush. So these guys kind of switch as the main Eggman. I don't think it really matters. I mean, yes, there's a huge difference in size, but like, I don't know. I don't know. I like them both. I think I'm going to use them both in videos. Another one that I do switch out between two of them also is the Tomy Classic Eggman. But I don't think I'm going to be using this guy anymore in videos. I don't know. I only used him like once. But yeah, there's him. Tomy Classic Eggman. Next up, we have the GE Infinite plush. Next up, we have the GE Mephiles plush, which I really, really like this plush a lot. I have a lot of memories with this guy, especially during Halloween time. Next up, we have Fang the Sniper. Next up, we have Jack Specific Modern Eggman, which I actually like this guy quite a lot, actually. I know a lot of people don't really like him, but I do. Next up, we have Orbot, as you saw like towards the very beginning of the video. He kind of sneaked in somehow. Next up, we have a Jack Specific Classic Eggman, and for some reason, his freaking cape won't ever go down. It just keeps popping up. It's so annoying. Next up, we have my very first Sonic plush out of all of these guys. That being the Jack Specific Eggman plush. I got this guy back in 2019, I think it was. Like, I remember, I didn't really know a whole lot about Sonic, really. But I really liked this guy a lot. I saw him at Kohl's, actually, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get this guy. And then, like, a week later, I got this guy there at Kohl's, too. So, yeah, these were my very first two Sonic plushies ever to get. Next up, we have this, this terrible-looking Mr. Dr. Eggman keychain from Sonic Prime. Next up, we have the Jack Specific Dark Chow plush, which I don't really like this guy at all, if I'm going to be honest. It's just kind of cool that Jack's made this guy, if I'm going to be honest, though. And to wrap up the bad guys, we've got the GE Dark Chow plush, which this guy's like the best out of them all, I think. Or like, out of all Dark Chow plushies, I think this one's the best. The Tomy one is just too big. I don't know. I don't know, it doesn't feel like a Chow plush, if I'm going to be honest. It's still a cool plush, but I prefer this one. Well, I guess for the next section, we're just going to do miscellaneous characters, and we'll probably do them like right here. So, yeah, let's get into the miscellaneous characters. First up, we've got GE Vector. Next up, we have GE Big the Cat, which I really want to bring him in a video soon, so be on the lookout for him. Next up, we have GE Espio. And we also have GE Charmy. And to finish off the chaotic plushies, we have Tomy Vector, which I love this plush so much. Honestly, if I could only have like one plush out of all my like entire Sonic plush collection, it would be this guy. I don't know why, but I love this plush so much. I remember in my last plush video, me saying that I hated this plush. This is actually my second Tomy Vector, believe it or not. I stupidly traded one away with one of my friends, and then I was like super mad at myself and like called this plush a piece of crap anyways. But then when I rebought him, like a year ago or so, like a year and a half ago or so, I was super happy, and he's been my favorite ever since. So there's a little backstory on Tomy Vector. Next section over here, we've got GE Mighty, my favorite Sonic character. Next up, we have not one, but two Jack Specific Mighties. Like the size comparison on these guys is different, and they look different, so I decided to get two. And without Mighty, you can't have his good old pal, Jack Specific Ray. So yeah, there's him. Next up, we have GE Silver. And then we have the Silver of the channel, Tomy Silver. And this is, in my opinion, the best Silver plush ever. I know a lot of people really like the Jazzwares one, but I just prefer the Tomy one, if I'm going to be honest. Next up, we have GE Amy, which this freaking plush has given me like 36,000 views on a video. I don't know why, but this is like my most viewed video on my channel. It got like 36,000 views. I'll put a picture of it on screen. But like, come on, it's a GE Amy plush. I honestly hate this plush. It looks ugly, if I'm gonna be honest. Next up, we have the way better looking Tomy, not classic Amy, Tomy modern Amy, which this is the Amy that we use in videos. So this one is way better looking than that. I'm gonna say that now. Next up, we have GE Jet the Hawk, which I really like this plush. Again, one of my favorite Sonic characters. Next up, we have GE Chow. And we have the very good looking Tomy Chow plush. I really like this guy a lot. And to wrap off all the Sonic plushies, we have a Jack Specific Jade Wisp. But wait, we're not done. We have honorary characters to the channel. Characters that aren't Sonic related, but they're in my videos, and they're characters that you guys like. So, yeah, they're just going to be right here. The honorary characters. That's what the section's going to be called, I guess you can say. First up, we have probably the biggest fan favorite character on my channel, the Grinch. Yeah, I know you guys like him a lot, so he will be coming in videos more often. Next up, we have this like Grinch plush that I got on my Christmas vacation. Yeah, he was in that video. If you saw it. If you haven't, go watch it now. It was a very good video. It was like 40 minutes. It took a long time to edit. Go watch it. It was very good. If you haven't, anyway. Next up, we have Max. Next up, we have Fish Sticks. And we have Peely. Both by Jazzwares. Next up, we have Bowser, aka George. Next up, we have Luigi, aka Meatball. And last but not least, we have Jack Skellington. And to wrap it all off, we have a Sonic ring from Build-A-Bear. Wow, that didn't stay right. And yep, there it is. The entire Sonic plush collection for 2024.